Hello everyone, I welcome you all in today's science class. Today we are going to discuss exercise based on lesson number 4, current, electricity and magnetism. Question number 1. Write proper words from the following group of words in the blanks. Water in the waterfall flows from a higher level to the lower level because of gravitational attraction. Earth's gravitational force of attraction pulls every object towards itself. Waterfall flows from a higher level to the lower level because of gravitational attraction. Next, in an electric circuit, electrons flow from a point of lower potential to the point of higher potential. That means electrons flow from the negative terminal of the cell to the positive terminal of the cell. Conventional current flows in the opposite direction, that is from positive terminal of the cell to the negative terminal of the cell. Next, the difference between the electrostatic potential of the positive end and the negative end of an electric cell is the potential difference of the cell. That means potential difference is the difference between the potentials at 2 points. Potential difference is expressed in volt. Three electric cells of potential difference 1.5 volt each have been connected as battery. The potential difference of the battery will be 4.5 volt. A group of two or more cells connected in series to obtain more potential difference is called a battery. And here three electric cells having 1.5 volt potential difference each have been connected as a battery. So we have to add the potential difference of each cell to get total potential difference of the battery. 1.5 volt plus 1.5 volt plus 1.5 volt gives you the answer 4.5 volt. Last one. An electric current flowing in a wire creates magnetism around the wire. So this we have studied under the concept magnetic effect of electric current. So when electric current flows in the circuit, it creates magnetism around the wire. Question number 2. A battery is to be formed by joining three dry cells, them with connecting wires. Show how will you connect the wires by drawing a diagram. Here is the diagram. One big vertical line indicates positive terminal of the cell and one small vertical line indicates negative terminal of the cell. So one such unit represents one cell and there are three such units, means three cells are shown and these three cells are connected by conducting wire. The positive terminal of one cell is connected to the negative terminal of second cell and the positive terminal of the second cell is connected to the negative terminal of the third cell. So this is the diagram where three dry cells are connected with the help of connecting wires and a battery is formed. Question number 3. In an electric circuit, a battery and a bulb have been connected and the battery consists of two cells of equal potential difference. If the bulb is not glowing, then which tests will you perform in order to find out the reason for the bulb not glowing? So, what are the possible reasons for the bulb which is not glowing? The reasons are: the circuit is incomplete because the conducting wire is broken, two wires are not connected to each other, both the wires are connected to the same terminal, check whether the filament of the bulb is intact or broken, check whether the cells are connected in a proper manner or not. So these are the possible reasons for the bulb not glowing in a electric circuit. Question number 4. Electric cells having 2-volt potential difference each have been connected in the form of a battery. What will be the total potential difference of the battery in both cases? Here the battery is formed by connecting 3 dry cells together, and each cell has 2-volt potential difference. So we will add the potential difference of each cell. 2 volt plus 2 volt plus 2 volt gives you 6 volt as the potential difference of the battery, which consists of 3 dry cells. In second diagram, there are 4 dry cells connected with the help of conducting wire and a battery is formed. So what will be the potential difference of such battery? Here we are going to simply add the potential difference of each cell. Each cell carries potential difference of 2 volt. So we have added potential difference of all 4 such cells to get the total potential difference of the battery as 8 volt. So 8 volt is the final answer. So it is very simple. I think everybody has understood. Question number 5. Describe the construction, working and usefulness of a dry cell with the help of a diagram. So here construction, working and usefulness of dry cell is asked. So this answer is taken from page number 24 of our science textbook, and answer is written in the form of points. You will write all these points together. Number 1. There is a zinc metal layer which is the negative terminal of the cell. Write down the word negative terminal of the cell. There is another layer outside. An electrolyte is filled between these two layers. An electrolyte, the electrolyte contains negatively charged and positively charged ions. These are the carriers of electricity. The electrolyte is a wet pulp of zinc chloride ZnCl2 and ammonium chloride NH4Cl. There is a graphite rod at the center of the cell. This is the positive terminal of the cell. A paste of manganese dioxide MnO2 is filled outside the rod. Because of the chemical reactions of all these chemicals, electrical charge is produced on the two terminals, graphite rod and zinc layer, and an electric current flows in the circuit. Due to the wet pulp used in this cell, the chemical reaction proceeds very slowly. Hence, a large electric current cannot be obtained from this. Compared to the electric cells using liquids, the shelf life of dry cells is longer. Dry cells are very convenient to use as these can be held in any direction with respect to ground and can be used in mobile instruments. Dry cells are used in mobile instruments, radio sets, wall clocks, torches, etc. And this is the diagram of dry cell. Make the spelling of electrolyte correct. Electrolyte, electrolyte. It is a printing mistake. We will discuss remaining questions in next video.